Everyone, this is Vivek Srivastav. Welcome to my channel. And today we have with us Rahul Jumale, who is the founder and CEO of Younyk Lifestyle Technologies, which is the company that's behind the brands of Keraology, Kera Rituals, and Milkyway. This company also has a proprietary AI-powered hair analysis app that's used by professional salons all over across India. Rahul has had over 15 years experience in the professional hair care industry, and 7 of those years has been CMO of RIRA Salons. He's going to probably give us a lot of valuable insights and advice. Rahul launched Younyk in March 2020, and since then has grown it to brand all across India that's found in professional salons as well as in e-commerce channels as well as quick commerce channels. So thank you very much for joining us, Rahul.
Thank you. Thank you, Vivek, for the lovely introduction. It's a pleasure for me to be here on your channel and share my journey with you. It
Wonderful.
will be a wonderful time.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. So you, I think, started off in sales. So tell us about the early days, how you started with that, and then you kind of got into the hair care industry.
So for me, I've never been a salesperson. Like right from my college days, never thought like I'll go into this profession, especially the hair care industry. After my college, did my MBA in marketing, and at that time onwards, I got some kind of inclination towards sales and the selling part and the how to pitch to the clients, because we used to give a lot of presentations in MBAs. You know how it works. So the kind of responses which I used to get at that time, I used to really like it. The appreciation what the entire classroom used to give you at that time. So it was really nice and very motivating for me at that time. So there were a lot of internship projects what we did at that time. I worked with Domino's. We did a very good project over there and had a good experience with them. And my first placement after my college was actually into a hair care accessories brand. It's called Remington. It's a brand from Germany.
Okay.
So at that time, it was like a newly launched brand in India. And they used to do approximately around like 20-30 lakhs per month kind of a sales. When I joined them, within a span of like, I would say 6 months or 1 year in my time period, we boosted the sales to more than like, I would say 4 to 5 CR. Yeah, that kind of a revenue what we earned for the company. And it was a typical sales oriented job where we basically from the scratch, what you say, where knocking on all the retail outlets and meeting the clients, having a face to face interaction way back in 2000 like 11 12 and that time onwards. So we did a great exposure which I got for sales, and the conversions and the kind of responses which I got at that time. So that made me really thought that let me do something in this. This is going to be my profession or my career, which I would want to venture into. So that was my head start.
So tell us how you got into the RIRA salons after that.
Yeah, great story. So RIRA was, before RIRA, after my Remington journey, what I had, I got a call from a brand called Kera Professional, which was also a startup. So for me, most of the brands which I worked was startup. And the best part about working in startup for everyone, I would just my suggestion is that in startup you never get stuck in one department, because you are limited with resources and limited with people. They would want to explore you in every department. So the best part about startup is that you're not restricted to only sales. You will be also working for your branding department. You will be also working in terms of your some operations department, some finance work, some HR work. So you will get a taste of every department. So this way you can build up your skills. So for me, working with Kera Professional, they had a product called Keratin, which was newly launched at that time. They had a great monopoly because that was a China-based product which had entered into a market in India. And at that time, there were big professionals like L'Oreal, Wella, Schwarzkopf. They were the dominant players. They used to dominate the salon industry. There was no treatments like protein treatments as such. So that was the first company which I joined, and I had my best time over there. Reason being because having a monopoly, every client of ours, salons we used to meet, we used to get such great conversions at that time. Like you would not believe, like out of 100 clients, there was 80 to 90% of a conversion. That is like huge. In today's world, you can never get that.
Right.
Imagine, because the product was such. So having a unique product always sells, and having a first mover advantage. So that made a mark, and some lot of eyeballs, people got understood. Like there was a guy called Rahul, in the market, and he is doing very good job. So then Rita, I got an opportunity with them, and they called me. We had an interview. They liked it, and they took me as a CMO. And I had worked as for 8 years, and handled the entire operations, sales, marketing department, finances, HR. So over there, actually, I learned how to run a company.
Right.
So the entire running an organization, right from sourcing a product to doing the R&D, testing the product, market testing, pricing strategies, what pricing strategies will work in what segment of the tier 1, tier 2 cities. All these things, exposure, I got it over there, and which has really helped me in understanding the clients, the psyche of a client, what they want and what price they want and what results they need. So these all things you need, what I learned over them. And that's what now that like I'm very happy also. Now recently I came to know that that company has been acquired by one of the giants at a very good valuation.
Nice.
So yes, so they were like very good journey with that brand. So yes, after that I felt like, let me try something of my own. If I can do something for other companies, making them reach to such a level, why not mine?
Absolutely.
So then I started my journey with Keraology, with Younyk Lifestyle Technologies.
And I definitely want to talk to you about that. But before that, let me ask you, what during your time with the first company and then with Rira, while doing all of this, what did you learn about specifically marketing that you wouldn't learn at an MBA or business classroom?
Oh, yeah, amazing question. These all questions, yeah, like we used to always have a debate amongst our friends. Like whatever we are learning, man, whatever we are, all the at that time, I don't know, you are familiar with Philip Kotler's like guru of marketing at that time,
Right,
the books.
Kotler, yeah, his book.
So they had like a lot of theories like BCG matrix, then they have Ansoff matrix, and 7 Ps of marketing, all those theories,
Right.
which used to look good on the papers, wow, used to be like, oh, fancy, used to present it at the time of presentation and all. So I thought, when we started working in the practical world,
Yeah.
so, but surprisingly, those all theories did not work,
Absolutely.
because that is the reality in marketing is completely different.
Absolutely.
It was like, for us, it was shocker. Like we were planning to apply, but that is just a glimpses, you can just put here and there, but it's completely
Maybe
different
it's like
all game.
you use it as a starting point.
Yes.
And then, because the same here with IT, mine is of course more a tech background.
Okay.
And for me, what happened, the big difference was in the tech side was my corporate experience did not translate to the startup world at all.
Okay.
I thought it would. And I had the same thought as you, all this experience, I know how to do things properly, whatever I do. And then I ran to all these issues that I'd never run to a big Fortune 500 company, but here you run into those kind of things. So that was the big thing. And then therefore, because I had that experience, I ended up making all these, mistakes and whatnot. So,
where were you working before?
I was mostly in the US, and I worked at all types of big companies there: Bank of America, Honda, Mazda, Amgen.
So the entire client psyche is completely different. The way you work over there. Obviously, there will be so much shift for you. It would have been such a great shift.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm forgetting even the clients. I'm talking about the IT world. So IT itself was a completely different, and of course, yeah, all the problems you have in India, where talent is much more difficult to sort of good talent is much more difficult to get a hold of, and all the rest of it. I'm not even talking the marketing, because that's where I'm getting into now, and yeah, psyche is completely different, for sure, but. Just so many little things, that you never really thought of while you were doing all that other stuff there, because that was a different environment,
Great.
Yeah. So yeah, you were going to say something, that the theory you learned, like the Philip Kotler stuff, that didn't apply.
To a certain extent, we used to like obviously BCG matrix and all, to understanding when you have like 100 SKUs, out of that which are your cash cow products, which are your questionable product, which are star product where you need more work, which are your dogs, which you need to remove it from the company. So all these strategies has definitely helped it, I would never say that. And the growth cycle of a brand, how what strategies to adopt at an early stage as compared to when you have already uh, launched that brand and established to a certain extent, and what retention strategies needs to be adopted. So all these things are, I feel, that is not taught in a MBA school. It is actually you learn practically when you are physically there working for a brand and in the field working and meeting the clients, and to know them what exactly do they need. So these all theories I would not I would not say there you can get it in MBAs or any of your schools.
One thing I learned that I would probably not have learned in MBA school, how to detect or spot someone who's kind of a fraud, or who's
Oh
gonna,
yeah.
right? Because they
That is something which you have to learn only when you do are there actually in the battlefield, I would say.
so for example,
The
that
analyzing, what you said, rightly said, how to analyze the people, nobody will teach you that. That can only happen with multiple interaction and hammering and meeting many clients
and making mistakes in the beginning.
yes,
Like,
yes.
that leads me very nicely to the next question, which is staff. Like, how do you get good staff,
Oh my god.
particularly in the marketing side of things?
Okay. Uh, this is the most toughest thing what I have understood.
Yes.
And a great question. Thank you for asking this. Um, it's not me. It must be every founder must be
Yes.
going through the same issue. Having a good quality staff is the most difficult thing in India, I feel, for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
As per my experience from so many years and running my brand, human management, what I've understood, you can run a company, you can launch new products, you can do anything, but a human management is the worst thing what can entrepreneur can go through. Handling so many emotions, so many people at different point and juncture of the life, and when your company is going through ups and downs, and when there are people coming in, going out, and you always are on a lookout of having good set of people who understands your vision, your the way you work, and where you would want to take the company to. That is very difficult. So what you said is getting the right people in India as of now, it's been a challenge. And because once you get them, to retain them for a longer time,
Right.
it is a big.
Because when you're a startup, they just use you as a stepping stone to get to the bigger company.
There is no loyalty. There is very rarely you'll get a loyalty unless and until you give them some kind of a stake or an ESOP and all. But nowadays, I feel even after giving that, that does not work out for them. They keep on switching and hopping just because of penny hikes what they get. So for us as owners, it's very difficult because we invest our time, energy, effort, and thinking that this person will be an asset for us on long term. Even you must have faced those issues a lot. And eventually when they back out, it is like a relationship, it's
Right.
like you are in a marriage and you have given everything, and after 3 years that or 2 years, that person is all of a sudden directly no, without any reason, just because they got some better offer.
Right.
That
In the tech world, one way we've kind of mitigated the hiring process, at least, is we do a very tough interview process, and ask them to solve technical problems, write code, whatever, as part of the interview only. So that helps a little bit, and then we put them on probation period and all of that. So that way we protect ourselves a little bit. In the marketing side of things, that's not easy, right?
it doesn't work.
Yeah.
From the corporate front, yes, to a certain extent, yes. Even if you sign them in some kind of a bond, still in our industry, what we have seen,
Okay.
startups basically people don't care.
Right.
They are not bothered. Like
Right.
they think that end of the day, who has time? They feel like who has time to go and file a case against you or sue you. At the end of the day, like everybody, they feel like it's a waste of energy, time, for doing all kind of a courtship stuff and all. So That's the reason they take this advantage. So in India, I guess still the labor law and the has to be more stringent and more
Well,
has to be.
courts have to work better.
Yeah.
The
Because otherwise, a lot of startup suffers.
right.
There is we'll always be a startup because because we come to that point because major reason is employees. We don't get good employees who will make you from a startup to an established company.
Right. And not even employees. How about third parties? Because I had very bad time with that as well. I had outsourced some coding work to a third party.
Okay.
And I got basically cheated, lost money, lost time.
For the app which you created.
Yeah. So third parties, and that's a whole other problem because the problem I ran into with them was there's a kind of closed door.
You decide an NDA with them.
Yes, but again the problem was the poor court system, and they took advantage of that. But point is, it was even more difficult to manage because there's a kind of a wall, right? I can ask them for progress reports, but I can't go that deep into who did what's going on. So it was more difficult to monitor and sort of understand that they were cheating me. So any comments on third parties?
Yes, for me, till now, see, we are morely an offline brand. Off late from the past 2-3 years, since the entire wave has changed for online, e-commerce, quick commerce and everything, social media has taken off to another level. So for every offline brand, online thing has to be there. They need to have an online presence for sure. That's the reason you see now all the owners are coming out, going for podcasts, like even I have started doing that. So but that's a good thing in a way. But yeah, not having a dependency on the third party. So we have outsourced a lot of our work, right from the social media handling of our page to the SEO activities, Google ads, Meta ads, everything. And for e-commerce, we have a different agency who is handling Amazon and Flipkart and everything. But problem lies with them is that, especially in terms of getting the revenue on e-commerce and all, there is a specific budget what they ask us to keep every month. You spend on Meta ads, you spend on Google ads, you keep on burning and burning and burning. They are only bothered about their retainership. That's the reason I always have this, we always have a communication like, why don't you work and have a skin in the game where you take a succession fees, okay, rather than taking a retainership and giving a not even a zero ROAS, not even one ROAS, and you ask us spending like in lakhs and eventually not even getting one ROAS. So which is like taking undue advantage of a brand, and especially startups. They are not in that stage as of now. Most of the startups where they will keep on burning. Half of their revenue gets exhausted because of this burning thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I feel agencies should be more responsible, as you said, that not taking the project or the client lightly and thinking that this is something which will obviously add a value to them, because it's the end of the day, your reputation is also at stake. By word of mouth, I don't know how you will survive in future with other brands, but that is the game right now.
Right.
They keep on searching for new brands, working for max to max 2 to 3 months. Beyond that, I don't think so. We have switched at least 15 to 20 agencies. I'm not joking. 15 to 20 agencies.
I switched 4.
Yeah, that's fine. 4. 15 to 20 agencies and burnt everywhere. I have not even burnt like fingers, hand, my body, my soul also has been burnt. It's so much burning has been happened. Like what else you want?
Same here.
When will I get the actual ROAS?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's that's the challenge. I think, and that's more pronounced in India too, like where, again, a lot of these third parties exist that are not so great. They'll talk a good game. Huh? In the beginning, oh my God, they'll present so well, there's that.
They'll give you rosy pictures.
End result is just
Well, I feel the problem is that a lot of young people, they haven't actually worked with major companies and actually learned that how to generate revenues for companies
Right.
if they are investing this much money or time. They have just worked and did some kind of a courses, what I feel, worked for 6 months or 7 months, just
Right.
understood the math of how the Instagram works, how a
Right.
meta works, and they will experiment with us as if we are a guinea pig.
Right.
And they will learn at our cost, and
Right,
we
right.
pay them the retainership.
Right.
I like, how unfair is that? In fact, you should pay us.
Right.
You should pay us. We are giving you a project. So it's very
Absolutely. I've actually gotten to the point now I'm not using any agency or anything.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing.
So you're
sort
doing
of-
by yourself everything right now?
I've hired at ground level kind of stuff. We'll get into that later. But yeah, I mean, I also got burnt. Just to give you, just anecdotally, the name of my startup app is Finity, right?
I love the name, by the way.
And one agency made a reel where the guy is saying finite. He's talking about the app and saying finite, and I'm just like, how did that get through? Like, how, I can understand even that whoever that guy was, who you were some actor kind of guy, not a famous actor or anything, but just some guy for the recording. So okay, he got, but you guys should have picked it up, like, he's mispronouncing the name of the app only. Like, how? So then I pointed that out, and then said we can't use this reel. But at that point only, I realized that okay, these guys have to go, because how can you make a mistake that fundamental, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
obviously.
at the very least, you say the name of the app, right?
I hope you're enjoying the podcast. Before we continue, I want to take a quick moment to tell you about something I'm really excited about: my startup app, Finity. Are you tired of scrolling endlessly and still feeling disconnected? That's why I created Finity. It's not just another social app, it's your connection engine. With Finity, you can instantly discover events, hangouts, and people around you who actually share your vibe. Post about what you love. Be seen by people who get it and turn online into offline. Finity isn't just social. It's real, it's local, it's you. Download Finity today and live your vibe.
My God, yeah.
And then that's
I know. It's a funny thing what you said. Like finity, like where infinity, like what they're
Right.
saying.
It's a play on
complete-
infinity, right?
I also get the same thing, We're giving some project to some people and all. They still don't know how to speak the name of a brand. Keraology. They say, "Are you guys from Kerala?" I'm like,
And then
"What?" I
the
like-
unique thing, they Younyk.
Younyk.
Younyk,
They say
something.
anything. Younyk, Younyk. They also say Younyk. I'm like, wow, what else is left? Like Keraology, Keraology,
Kerala.
anything. Like
Keraology.
Kera. So lot of people they say like, why Keraology? Where you just say you're from Kerala and all. Like, come on, God. Yeah, it's funny sometimes, but yeah.
And then the other thing also, this was the same agency. This was right around when we were releasing, right? So we had released on Android and we were just releasing on Apple, and there was a little delay in that because Apple had, it's a big headache to release on their this thing. There's a lot of they'll reject it for any number of silly reasons, So we were going through that. And then the guy was like, well, if you haven't released on Apple, what's the point? Let's just sit on our hands and do nothing. Then he wanted some graphical work done. I forgot what he called it, some portfolio, UI portfolio or something. And until we have that, just sit on our hands and do nothing. And this is a startup. This is not Birla Tata.
Yeah,
Figure out a way.
Exactly.
Get going. And then even if it's not on Apple, make some reels. And so that we can at least have a library of reels made, and then when it releases, then we can start. But that attitude was not there. The whole attitude was just let's sit on our hands and do nothing. This is not there, that is not there, so we can't do it.
Yeah.
That
Just waiting for reasons. Like if they are not performing, blame it on others.
yeah.
That's what.
Anyway, so that was that. But so what I think you ended up taking the plunge in March of 2020, which was right at around COVID. That was kind of bad timing, but
I wasn't aware, first of all. So for me, my life was going really good, and I'm very happy with what I was working with the brand and earning good amount of salaries. I don't know, and yes. So finally, the entrepreneurship thing came up. like he wanted to do something of my own, So yes, I had a plan since a long time. So I thought now it's time that I start something of my own. So I started my brand. I started. Uh, so I resigned from the company and I started working. I had a very good start, for the first 6 months, started getting good clients, good orders, making a good mark within like 6 months or 1 year because I was already from this industry. So my clients were like very much intact. So in quick span of time, made a good like name in the market. But COVID hit immediately. From here we were crashing down to zero, literally zero. For us it was the worst experience because hair care industry and the clients were salons, and if I'm not sure you're aware of, salon industry was the badly affected and the worstly affected because of the reason, because there's a human touch while
Right.
applying, and at that time touch you also obviously have
Right.
to wear mask and all. So our industry had opened the last. Every other industry were opening, and this is, it literally took us like 2 years, 2.5 years after the it opened. So we had a major hit. So literally there was like no money for me. Like the entire 2 years was really horrendous. Like literally I can't even tell you. Like earning a great amount of salary to earning nothing. Like you left
Right,
the
right.
job.
Not only
Imagine
that, you put on
if
this
I would have
money
been
to-
working at that time, I would have still got something because people were getting paid.
Right.
But I took that plunge. I never thought that this will happen.
Wow.
And after that, no salaries, no money for 2
And
years.
you'd probably put in a good amount of money in the
Yes,
startup
yes.
as
So
well.
I invested. I took a great amount of stocks and everything, because we forecasted for the next 1 year how much sales will be doing and all. But we were completely out. We're completely
Right.
out. Like
So also during COVID, your manufacturing must have gotten disrupted as well. What did that also cause trouble?
yes, a lot of manufacturers obviously were almost out from the business in a way because there was no demand for any hair care, beauty, skincare product, body care product, nothing, because the entire market was shut. So at that time, the only market what they were catering to manufacturers, for them it was a actually blessing in disguise because they started selling sanitizers. And at that time, the sanitizer had the greatest sales ever in India because the government has actually allowed all the manufacturers to only produce sanitizers at that time. So they were banking on it and they made great sales. But for a brand like us, obviously we were suffering because we couldn't make any products as such, because even if we make any products at that time, where will we sell? So the only platform which was allowed to sell was your e-commerce. That's the reason this e-commerce is a very good thing for Indian market, which is helps in such situations. Obviously, because you can't go out at that time, so the only possible way to order products which you need is the online. So that was the only thing with the Amazons and Flipkarts and all those were there, and they were doing quite good. So yes, manufacturing, we always do private labeling where we have like 4 to 5 manufacturers pan India, and since we have so many SKUs right now, so whichever manufacturers gives us the best quality result at the best price, so we go in for them, and yeah, that's what this is happening good for us now.
Now, this is something you use on the body. So the quality has to be there because it could,
Yes, yes.
potentially damage someone. So how do you ensure quality is okay?
So yes, so every product which we want to launch, first there is a rigorous testing happen. So we have certain formulations. We give them a benchmark that we need these kind of ingredients. That has to be there. These ingredients should give you these kind of smoothness, softness, shine on your hair. And at the same time, it should not be harsh on chemicals. So most of our product, as you'll see, it's all sulfate free and paraben free. So because this is a new thing which is there in the market, like everybody needs sulfate free because it is more safer products and all.
Right.
So, and we do an R&D before that. We don't do the launch directly. So we give it mostly all the R&Ds happen to all our close clients who are already buying product from us. So we give them samples, we try them, we tell them to test it out. We do it on our family and friends. That is one thing what we use it on. I make sure everything what I launch first, I'll use it on myself, being owner.
Right.
before I give it to anybody else, I would want to see that product, where whatever product it is, I will use that first product. I'll get a live experience of that, first-hand experience. Then I'll start giving to others. So once we get an approval from even the 70 or 80% of the people, they say if the product is good, then we go ahead and do the launch. So this is the process what we follow.
All right, that's good to know, because a lot of times, products are advertised by these film stars, models who never actually use the product at all. So
yes, that's all. So I think so. This is a gimmick, you could call, but it's more of a brand thing. You need an image for your brand. So yeah, obviously no celebrity uses any products which has been marketed by them or advertised by them. So, but the entire game has changed now. I feel it's way back in the 80s and 90s. People
Right.
used to be getting influenced by all these things, and they used to buy products, but not anymore. Nowadays, people need human touch. And they were actual layman using those products, and you would want to know his experience. You see any Insta and anything. If you see a normal person using those products and giving an honest feedback, you would obviously believe him rather than a seller, because obviously that the seller is paid, right? Obviously he will say anything. So yes, I firmly believe, and I feel this is more good right now, the kind of strategies of marketing which is happening in order to sell a product, more transparent, okay, and more genuine, I feel, and it's honesty is being showed everywhere. So the trend is changing, the market is changing, and we all needs to evolve. So that's why even we are evolving.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So you had a multiple portfolio, right? Did you have multiple portfolios right from the beginning? Do you have Keraology? You have Kera Rituals? You have Milky Way? What was the logic behind that?
For me, initially when I launched Keraology, the reason behind that, we wanted to be morely of a salon professional hair care brand. There are two kind of hair care products. One is your D2C FMCG product, which you get at any retail shop, where the price value is around from a 20 rupees to a 200 rupees. Those are the ranges, what you get. I don't want to name the brands, but but we are a salon hair care professional products. We cater to salons. It is under the guidance of a salon stylist who do your hair, and if they recommend you these products, that means they have done a proper analysis of your hair and they are recommending you. So so basically you get better benefits and the results are better as compared to going randomly to any shop and buying the product. So this is the way what we feel the product should go in the market. So for us, Keraology was that we first took care of all the salon market. We had a great salon presence. Then automatically you start getting response from the retail market. Then there were a lot of retail outlets, which we used to already sell before. So they also started keeping the product and everything. But what happens in retail outlet? There is a need of small products. They need some low value products also. A premium, they don't buy premium products. We are only premium masses kind of a product line, but they wanted some product for masses also, which you need to have a lesser price, and the packaging also needs to be less. So we started with something called 100 ml, 120 ml, like a trial pack. So we didn't wanted to break the salon market of Keraology. That's the reason we said, let's try with Kera Rituals. Let's make a ritual for your hair through a different
So that's
brand.
more for the
Home purpose. So basically giving a salon professional range at home. So that was the thought process, giving a most Kera Rituals Kera means keratin, rituals is giving a ritual to your hair. So we wanted like a ceremony for your hair, doing at home. So that was a thought process behind Kera Rituals. And yeah, got a great response. Like, so those packaging, what we had in the smaller pack, right from a small pack to a big. So the purpose behind that was right from a C, D category kind of a salon also to a freelancer, they can also afford the product. And Keraology is positioned for A and B category of a salon who could afford a premium price. So this way we don't wanted to break the market by having the same product line under same brand. So our thought was different while launching this. And the recent launch, which you mentioned, Milky Way.
So yeah, tell me about the new product line you have, which is Milky Way.
Yes. So this is the one which we are very much excited for a new launch, which we have called Milky Way series. This is going to be a like a different thing in the Indian market. As of now, there is no product as such which has been launched. It is a completely on a planetary based kind of a theme what we have chosen. So all different planets will have a different kind of hair products. As per the different hair problems, will have a different hair solutions. So every planet will resemble some products, right from your dandruff, your hair fall products to your curly hair product needs to your hard water need problems. We're gonna cover it all. So, and this is something which was my vision for since a long time. Wanted to give something new to the Indian market. Yes, and the timing is very correct right now because in India now product doesn't sell. Only product doesn't sell. You need to have a story behind that.
Yeah.
You need to have some kind of story because on Instagram there has to be some stories, attached to your product. Why this product you launched? What was the reason? What are the ingredients in this? How is going to solve the purpose? So that story needs to go along with the product. People don't buy product anymore. They need the entire brand story. So for that, Milky Way was launched and will love to have a great share in the market.
Okay, what's been the initial response for it?
Very good till now. So we did the total R&D for right now from the past 3 months, and we participated in a lot of exhibitions and events, and wanted to test it out. As we said, we do an R&D before and market testing. Great response. People are loving this concept. That this is something new what they haven't seen, and especially the target audience is Gen Zs. We wanted something for Gen Zs, for the new audience, that because for them product is like an experience. If they buy something, they would first want to go on their Insta, and they want to share their stories on Snapchat, on Insta and all everything. So for them it's an experience. So we also thought, let us give something new and different with the help of a Milky Way series, which will be more exciting also for them to use also at the same time flaunt also. Yes. So
Absolutely.
yeah, and this is what the thought process has been for Keraology, for Milky Way.
And then you have one more thing, which is the AI-powered app that
Yes, yes.
analyzes the hair. So that just sounds really brilliant to me. That it's really novel.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, you being from a tech background and AI background, you'll understand more. The nowadays, as along with the product, people and any company, what they want is that what is the tech involvement in your company? It's not only product nowadays. It's like you need some kind of a tech. So the vision behind us, the thought process, behind this was that why only sell product, give the client the proper analysis of their hair before buying any product. Like every hair is different. Why do you only want to go and buy the product which is kept in the shelf or someone who is telling you that this product is good for you? First, do a proper scan of your hair. Do the entire analysis. That app is basically a game changer, which basically help you in understanding what is the problems in your hair, right from your dryness, your frizziness, okay, your shine, your softness level, how damaged your hair is, how wavy your hair is, and on that basis, it will recommend you that product. So this AI has become so smart nowadays that it can
Right.
diagnose any kind of hair and recommend you the product. So you get 100% accuracy. The efficiency rate is better. Clients are more satisfied. Salons will be more satisfied. Eventually, it's a win-win situation for everybody. So
And someone can use it at home also. It's not
yes,
just-
so that's going to be a version 2. So the first version 1 was launched for the salons, for
Okay.
the treatments, what we have are nanoplastics and Botox. So what experience, what we wanted. There's a big gap. There's a very big gap in the market. Like what happens, like most of the salons, they suffer in terms of giving a proper results to their clients. There is, as per the research, 70% of the clients are still not happy in terms of the results what they get. There is some kind of a if and but. So in order to reduce that gap, because most of the stylists, there is a big attrition rate in our industry. Lot of stylists and the new joinees, they work for 3 months, 4 months, and they just run away. They go to some other salons and all. So the proper hairstylist or technician is very few. So what we have done through the app, whether you are a fresher or you are a 10-year-old hairstylist, everybody can give you the same kind of results. So
Right.
it's a stress-free situation for a salon owner because they know, irrespective whether my person is there or not, I have this app which will help me analyze the hair, okay, and it will tell me the process, what process needs to be done and what needs to be followed, and that can be done by any stylist. So this is a big gap, okay, which was there, which we have understood in the market, and we're trying to rectify that and serve our salons through it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So tell me, the development of this app,
Yeah.
as someone who's non-tech, how did that go for you? Because being tech, it was a job for me. So did you have some challenges there?
Yes, for me, AI it was like buzzword everywhere. Like
Right.
from last 4-5 years, I'm hearing about AI. AI sounds very fancy. Let me do something with that on that lines. So I said, like, I have a product line, and everything. What should I do? How will I build an AI on that? So then I did a deep dive research on how the AI works and how it is. Then I understood there is no robot as such. There is a database thing. It
Right.
works on the entirely on the database and years of database.
Right.
So what database do we have apart from the client database? I said then we have a database of hair. The hair we do everyday demos in the salon. The treatments what we are selling, it is on the demos, the 4 hours demos. You come up with any damaged frizzy hair with us or to us, we will give you the result on the spot in 4 hours, where you get a silky, small, smooth, soft, silky hair, okay, frizz-free hair within 4 hours, and you will buy the product, okay, within a week or 2 weeks. That is up to the client, but the results are guaranteed. So we have before after images of so many clients in so many years. So those were put in the as a database in the app, which the app fed on and gave us a great analysis on that. So that's the reason we have understood that there are basically 7 to 8 hair types majorly in India, and they can detect it on that basis, like on this hair, this treatment, if you do, this result is possible.
Right.
So this is the reason we
But
got
you
it.
still had to have someone code the
Yeah,
app
yeah,
and all of
yeah.
that. So how did that go, that part? Did you outsource it?
Yes. So we also, obviously, we are not from a tech background, so obviously we couldn't do that. So we had outsourced one agency. So they did some changes on our website also. At the same time, we gave them the entire pitch, how I want this app to be, and and whom we are catering to. So they understood the entire thing. So we had to give them the business logic, the sales logic. On that basis, they made this app through the database, and it took us like literally 1 year to make
Right.
this. Yeah. So the version 1 is completed now for the salons. So the version 2, what we are planning, that is something is going to be huge, which is like for every consumer, like any person is sitting at home, relaxing on their chair, just want to scan their hair, they can scan it, and they can buy the product directly on the website. So you don't need to go to even a salon. No, that is something which my vision is to do that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll happen. What was the salon's initial reaction when you first showed them the app? What I'm guessing they liked it?
Yeah. They loved it. Because as of now, there are apps in the market which is catering to your scalp. There is scalp analysis. Scalp and hair is obviously different. So scalp will actually, scalp analyzers are there to detect what kind of a scalp issues you have. Dry, it's like an oily, you have dandruff, and what kind of, flakes problems you have and everything. So that is different. We are morely into the hair. The hair section is something nobody has started as of now in India. So we were the first mover advantage. So for them also, it was like something new and different, and it also gave them a good brand image change in a way. Like a normal salon also would charge a slight more premium through the help of the app. So if suppose they are charging 5,000 or 4,000 for one service, they can charge additional 1 or 2,000. So for them, it was like an income was getting better. So they were more happy that you're giving us something new. And nowadays, people want experience. They just don't want to go there and sit and just take a haircut and a treatment. No, they want the entire experience. Imagine walking to a salon, some guy coming to you, giving you a proper analysis along with the report. Like, your ma'am, your hair is like this, your hair needs this problems, and it needs this treatment. Will you want to go for it? That gives more surety, and a trust to the client. So nowadays people want that. They want an experience. They don't just want to go and just come out.
So the app in and of itself is not monetized, right? It just helps you sell the other products better. Is that kind of the
Yes. As of now, we haven't made it a SaaS product. If this thing, we are just working on it, that if this thing works out really well, we can obviously think about a SaaS product and try to take other brands also into this like a subscription model. So yes, so this version 2, after the how like the kind of response what we'll get on that basis, we will think.
Wonderful. That's very interesting and exciting.
Because we have too many products, I guess, to take care of all the hair problems.
Right.
So this app we started, as I said, we always do the testing on us first before we launch on others. So yes, so through us, we getting a great response for this.
Wonderful. Here's an interesting thought. This is obviously a little bit out in the future, but possibly, you have the app that analyzes the hair, and then you get a custom thing manufactured just for you. And obviously, this manufacturing technologies and techniques will have to be a little more futuristic to accommodate that. But then you get that one sort of, I don't know, shampoo and conditioner that's just your, designed for you and your hair, and then that happens.
I know what you're talking about. There are certain brands in this market who is doing something like this,
Okay.
but they are not using an app for it. But the only problem of this is the MOQ. Reason being, like when you do a proper forecasting of your product, whenever you know like this much products I will need for the next 3 months and all.
Right.
When you do a customization at that time, when in the plant you can't make one product.
Right.
Because you have your machines and everything which will do so many bottles at one time.
That's what I meant. Now the production itself has
so
to be
this
futuristic.
is this looks sounds fancy, but you can't do it.
Right.
In a plant, you can't make one product and you can't switch on your machine for one product.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yes, this is something for homemade products. Like you can make it for someone to.
Or if the manufacturing in the future can kind of accommodate that.
Yes.
They are, cars they're managing to do that, in the sense they take your like, for example, this is especially in the US, when you're ordering a car, brand new one, you can put in all the paint and seat color and this and that and that.
Okay.
And then they'll take a couple of weeks possibly or whatever, and then they'll have that particular car made. Now, obviously, this is a little bit superficial stuff. So the engine is the same, but they're kind of offering that kind of customization.
Teslas and all.
Toyota, Honda.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. You kind of can this thing, and then of course in a hurry you can just go to the dealership and buy whatever's there. So yeah, just a interesting thought. I think this is something for out in the future when the manufacturing itself can get like that. So let's get to the marketing side of it. What's your main sort of technique of marketing that is probably providing the best result? Like, is it the ground level sort of marketing where sales reps go to salons and that sort of thing, or digital and Insta page type stuff? Or, I mean, obviously you're doing all of them, but which one is the biggest focus?
Okay. In India, as of now, still that orthodox way of direct selling has not gone out completely. I would still like a lot of brands, they do online marketing, they do not depend on the offline retail and marketing as well. But I feel there has to be a blend of both. You need to have a bit of online to create more awareness and be in your face kind of a thing. Like every clients, they are seeing such ads everywhere. And at the same time, when your rep is going and meeting those clients, it's a two-way thing, that creates more impact to generate a sales rather than a person going and directly meeting the client, and when the client is not even aware, like which product are you talking, which brand are you talking about. So in today's world, I feel there has to be a blend of both. Just going and talking about your brand where the clients are not aware of it, it will create sales, but it will take more time. The client, the rep will have to go at least 4 to 5 times, more to build up that trust. But if you see those ads again and again, and we know that there's a strategy what we follow is, suppose if you're capturing a city like Nasik or Pune, what we will do before we hire someone, we start promoting ads on in those areas. and we target salons.
When you say ads, digital marketing.
Yeah,
Like Meta
Insta
ads.
ads. Yeah, like we create all the reels and everything for our brand and everything for influencer reels, and we will choose a certain audience like salon owners. Will go for freelancers and hairstylists, and so these guys will keep on seeing those ads. So when the rep goes to them after a week or so, they will know, like, I have seen this thing. There is some ads which I've seen, so it will be easy for them to trust the brand and take
Right.
things further rather than just a random person going and meeting them.
So, in the beginning, what did you do, if I may ask, during the early days, once COVID was over and all of that? So, did you? Was it the same thing only, just both combination of
No. Initially, it wasn't that. As I said, we were morely like an offline brand, so our hardcore way of selling was same.
Right.
Going, meeting the clients, hammering them, knocking on the doors, of so many clients, meeting them. So our team used to be like all over, and follow-ups. I always tell all my sales team people, like, follow-up is the most important thing, and that follow-up also needs to be done immediately within a day or so. You can't, because there are so many brands out there. They all
Right,
having
right.
the entire team of people going around in the market and talking to the clients. So how will you make your presence and your aura feel? The only way is that keep on following up, and that's what most of the people, they don't understand this. I keep on telling most of the brands also the same story. Even we face, because out of 10, 3 or 4, your sales staff will understand it, but major of people, they would want to work as per this time, but they suffer. So yeah, to complete, like, follow up is the most important thing in any case.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. You mentioned cities like Pune and Nasik. What's the difference between the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities in India in terms of getting the product out there?
Right. So every city, tier 1, tier 2 cities, they have a domino effect. Like, whatever sells in metro, they would want those products over there. It's an aspirational thing for them, like,
Right.
but um what I felt like in Mumbai, like, if whatever any brands they come, any imported brands, foreign brand comes, they first come to Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, Kolkata, Hyderabad, all these 4 5 cities, and they would want to push their products there and make a mark over there. Then the nearby cities, they would want to have that product in their cities also. So I feel tier 2, tier 3 cities are really good right now in terms of the conversions, what I always believe, because once you make a mark over here, those people, they love this product, and they love someone coming from a metro like a Mumbai, and we go and educate them and tell them. They are craving for education, to be very frank. And for us, when we go and tell them about the products, what are the features and how good it is for your clients and everything, they are the early adopters of such brands. So I always believe the conversions are also better, you get a great response, and the competition is also lesser, because not every brand will go there, unless and until you are a very big company. So this is the new India, I would say. People should start focusing more on the tier 2, tier 3 cities. There is a huge spending power. Like, for us also, like, when we go there, we get great sales. Our conversions are doubles up, over there when we go, as compared to the cities, competitive cities like Mumbai and Bangalore and all that. Intense competition. Everybody is
Right,
like
right.
cutting down the throat,
Right.
to everybody's neck. So it's, yeah, I would say tier 2, tier 3 cities is the next thing, what everybody should plan to go. And something unique as such, like how your app is and like how we are planning to develop. We can target those cities really good.
So, what do you think about India's beauty industry and how it's changed in the recent years and what's its future looking like?
That's a very good question. Industry has evolved to another level. What I have seen from the time, like when I started my journey, there used to be only the HULs and your Maricos and Daburs used to like dominate this
Right.
industry in the FMCG category and segment, and they used to have a great presence out there. So what I would say, like, most of the people, what they say, we go into the export, what I also did, going to the international fairs and exhibition, checking out what's happening in the external market, foreign markets, and what kind of products they are using and how different they are. Because we are aspirational people, we would want, obviously, but in India everything comes after 3 to 4 years, as you also know.
Right.
Yeah. So going there and understanding the psyche and the market out there and getting those products something in India at a perfect time, and giving them such kind of products, it is a very good initiative. And that is the reason I feel that entire skincare and the hair care market has changed, because there is no dependency that unless until I don't have that brand coming to India, I will not get that product. No, we can make it everything here now.
Is there more VC money coming into it as well?
Yes, yes.
Right,
Like
because
a lot of VC money. That's the reason people are able to afford and such big brands.
right.
Yes, has to be there. Otherwise, it's very difficult. And your point of how this industry is shifting, and you see how big this industry has become. So many celebrities have their own brands into skincare and hair
Yes.
care.
Yes. A lot of competition. Very competitive.
Yes, Priyanka Chopra, she has her own brand.
Right.
Okay. And recently, Kriti Sanon hyphen her brand. Deepika Padukone has her own brand. They're all into skincare. Ayushmann Khurrana is into one hair care brand. So there, a lot of people are entering into this beauty and hair segment, which was not the case before. And you can see the kind of growth what the big brands like Mama Earth, your Pilgrims, your Moxies, and all what they are doing right now. So there is a huge money in this industry right now, and there's a right time to cash in. And with the help of your e-commerce and quick commerce, it is
Right.
booming to another level.
Tell me about the quick commerce part. Just using things like Zepto, Blinkit. How was that easy to integrate into it? Your
Yeah,
channel?
for us, we cracked e-commerce market where we started with Amazon being the most dominant player always.
Of course,
Like
yeah.
even if you have your own website, nobody can compete with Amazon. So your Amazon, your Flipkart, your Mintras, your Nykas, your Tata Clicks, so that is one e-commerce thing which will keep on growing.
Right.
But quick commerce is everything, what I think so every brand owner should look out for right now, because that is going to be next level.
Right.
Recently, we also had a product line which is specially designed for the quick commerce, because their price range is something which is needs to be in between 300 to 600. That is a range what they usually want in quick commerce for our category. And we have launched something called that in Kera Rituals, and we cracked Blinkit right now, and we are in words with Zepto and other platforms also. And I think so this is going to give us a great revenue in future,
Yeah,
because
I'm sure. Yeah.
I always keep myself into the picture, and I understand and I think nowadays where I'm ordering from,
Right.
everything I'm ordering from like a Blinkit and
Yes.
totally. I'm not going anywhere
And
else.
somehow they somehow have better prices also. Well, not always, but sometimes they have good prices there on those.
Yes. So I feel it's a good thing for any new brand to have a one
Right.
category of product line specifically designed for quick commerce.
Right. Tell me, I have an interesting question for you. Is there a hair care myth that's out there that you'd like to inform us about and clarify? Like that, something that people believe about hair that's totally false.
Okay. Yeah, recently also one of the podcasts I have asked the same question. So yes, there is a myth, a big myth and a marketing gimmick also at the same time, which nowadays people have understood and they are more aware of this thing. One thing is for sure, once your hair is gone, you can't get it back unless and until you're doing a transplant. Simple. No shampoo, conditioner will give you the hair back. You need to understand there is no life left. All the hair follicles have gone. It's become completely
Barren.
plain, barren land over there. How will you grow? The only way is to transplant. Your hair follicles have gone. There is no blood supply over here in your in your strand of your hair. So my thing is that you take caution before itself. When you start seeing your hair is deteriorating, your hair, you're getting scanty scalp, your hair is becoming more finer. At that time, if you take proper care of your hair by using proper shampoos, proper hair care serums and oils and conditioners, and oil your hair properly, at that time at least you can maintain your hair for a longer time. But once it is gone, it's gone.
Right.
You have supplements, you have any other things that is good for maintenance, and at that stage when you're at stage 2, stage 3, once you're in the stage 5, it's very difficult.
Right.
So the gimmick, like a lot of brands used to do, that any shampoo conditioner will give you the hair back. No.
Right.
Even we have a hair fall shampoo and conditioner, but we never say we grow the hair back.
Right.
It is a maintenance product. If you use it properly, it will stop your hair fall. It will reduce your hair fall, but it will not eradicate that problem.
Right.
Because it's sometimes genetics, sometimes it is your lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle do you have, and sometimes it is what kind of, how you're playing with your hair, what kind of chemicals you're putting in your hair. It all depends. A lot of factors. So going by the ads which you see,
Yeah.
like you're getting your hair back, before and after images, of the celebrities, and you feel wow. No,
Right.
it's completely false.
So we are pretty much out of time. Did you have any last words of advice for viewers, particularly people who are, doing a startup, getting into something, or thinking of launching something? Any words of wisdom?
Yes. For me, I feel any new entrepreneur who, whatever ideas he's developing and whatever brainstorming they are doing, come up with an idea which is very unique and create a monopoly in the market, because that first mover advantage always helps to have that push in the market, and that will actually give you that confidence in order to run for a longer time, rather than just doing a replica of some product and launching it under your brand and trying to fight with big giants. That will take time. It will not happen overnight. But if you come up with something unique and different, which there's a always I always tell my uh, all my buddy entrepreneurs and all, like, go find a niche, find a gap. What is a big gap in the market? Even if you develop one product, as such, it's fine. But always find a gap and tap on that gap and create something product which is unique, and which will create a great identity in the market, and it will solve a purpose. There has to be a problem solution product. You can't just launch anything and it will go. No. So yes, that is my advice to all the new entrepreneurs. Go in the market, for sure, with something unique.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here today, Rahul. That was very, very informative, very good advice. Viewers, please comment below and let's have a lively discussion on this podcast. Rahul's information and his company Younyk information will be down in the description below as well. And other than that, thank you very much, Rahul.
Thank you. It's been pleasure being here. Had a great time and would love to be there in your next podcast also.
Wonderful.
All right. Thank you.